Good morning. We're fixing to replace some windows today. This guy's got a sunroom. Said it's right next to the pool. Said it really cooks inside there. He's already got some window film over it. We've got him some new windows with a little bit more tin on the window. A little bit rated on higher on the keeping the sun and the heat out. Step up here without me falling in the swimming pool. So at the end of the day, I just rather not do it right now. Y'all see what this looks like. We already had one window tore out before I remembered I hadn't took any pictures. And I'll show you how we do. Those windows are new construction windows. They got a nailing flange that goes here, and then the brick is put over the top of it, and this right here was made into the window. Well, we tore that window out, and our replacement window is going to butt right up to this right here, and hopefully we won't have any caulking to do, or nothing but caulking to do on the inside. And then the outside, we got some stuff that'll fill the space besides the spray foam insulation that will fill the crack all the way up. But a little trick on that, take your glass out of one that's in brick, whether it's aluminum. These are vinyl, so a little easier sometimes. You just got to make sure when you got that little thin layer of brick, you can't prise on it. You might can prise at the very bottom, but I wouldn't prise nowhere else to try to get it started. And then on the vinyl ones, you can use your hands. I have a little tool that I invented that does the aluminum windows, and what it actually does, it hooks to it and it pulls it out from behind the brick after you got the glass out, and it kind of collapses in on each other. And you'll see, well, right there, I'll start this video back with this window being done. Let me show you what it looks like from the inside. You see how these windows, you see how it's got that film on it. You don't get a real pretty look. You see, we got it pulled out to the casing. If somebody replaces your windows normally, they do it like they know what they're doing. They won't have to do too much disturbance to the inside of your windows, except maybe take any blinds down. By the time we get it covered, it'll cover all that outside ugly and that gap on those brick. Well, let's see how many we can get done by the time I make the end of this video today. Y'all keep cool. Give you a little bit more of this second process where we tuck the window out. We got this gap. I'll fill it up with spray foam. And I got a piece of vinyl trim that they call sticky trim. It goes here and it'll butt up against that brick. And we'll fill in that spot. I'll butt it up to that metal header. And you'll notice there's a little bit difference. You won't notice that much on the outside. There's a little bit different spacing between here is here. But we kind of go with the mercy of the casing in there. You see where it's got to go? So you'll notice it more in here if it's off. A whole lot easier to hide with caulk. But all Nicole will have to do is that's butted right up against that casing with this replacement window. Well, I thought I'd give you a little step-by-step on this one window. Nicole's measuring for her side pieces, what we call sticky trim. And we'll wait on to the next step. Okay, here's where that insulation, that spray foam that I put around the edge of that gap. Make sure you don't put too much in it. Everybody wants to put too much foam in it, and it'll actually squeeze this window together and make it where it won't close. But I'm going to tell you a secret about that too. And you see, I just filled up that spot, and I filled it plumb back in the back, and it don't do any good when you get past this anyways. You just need from right here back solid insulation, so there's no sense in filling it. And after that thing gets sturdy, you wouldn't believe how much better that window feels. With a good vinyl window, you can still move it a little bit. You put that foam around it, and it feels like concrete. Now I'm going to show you. Hand me that insulation, Nicole. Make sure there's some cause for it. But if you put in windows and doors and you want to get some spray foam, make sure you get, and if it don't, I ain't pushing Great Stuff Pro, just whatever you get, make sure it says window and door. And I don't know if this says it. Usually what that means is low expansion. It'll kind of push in the airspace, but it won't actually push in on the door. I've seen a guy put in a door, brand new door. Well, he had space around it. Well, he got this spray foam. No, not this kind. He got the kind that expands big time. He went around that thing, filled it up, put the trim on it, went to dinner. Come back and they couldn't get the door open because it had expanded and it squeezed in on that door, and they had to go through there and cut all of that foam out and practically take the door out and let it kind of get back to its shape and then reinstall it. So that's why you just put a little, not just a little, fill your space in, but if you got it pushing out too much, you're going to cause a problem on this because some of it will really, really grow. So make sure you get the window and door. All right, let's get this. Well, we put the trim on this and closed up the gap. Can already tell this sun's took us about an hour, I guess, do this window, and that's me videoing it. You see how I put clear up against the brick, and I put a color, lay a vinyl trim on it, and it's a sticky trim, and I caulk that edge, and then I silicone that edge. And something to remember, I don't know how many people of you know it, that's a steel header on that brick. You see I put clear all the way around the outer edge except the top. I don't know how many people know it. I don't know what scientific thing makes it do it, but 100% silicone will rust iron metal like that. So if you get it caulked up and pretty, it'll be fine. But come this time next year, to rust and all that silicone will just pop loose from that metal header. So make sure you use, I guess you'd want to call the acrylic the outside. What I just call it colored caulk, because it's meant to be outside and it's don't have silicone in it. All right, y'all see you. After you get through this right here, only filming I'm gonna do is go back over what we've done today. You can see, got a pretty view. Just past that cell phone tower is the Tennessee River. If I had my drone up and flew it up just a little bit, you can see the Tennessee River. It probably ain't a quarter mile past that telephone tower. Well, there it is. Well, next time we'll be back, it'll be what we done today. Well, it's got hot this afternoon. Had 9 windows to do. I think we done, let's see, was that 4 or 5? No, it's 7. It was 7 windows. Thought it was 9. Right there's what we got done today. Remember in the first of the video what they look like. You see how I run silicone up that side. Again, I lay what we call sticky trim, or a flat piece of vinyl, to cover that space, and I run me a bead of caulk right down that. When I first started using that stuff, I said, man, ain't no way that stuff will stay. But I've been using it for about 12 or 15 years. There's the ones we got to do tomorrow. We just had enough. We could probably do them too, but we would just be whipped by the time we got them. Yeah, but I didn't think that stuff would stay. I worked for different companies that used it, pulled some off that their guys had put on years before, and me personally, me and Nicole personally, we've been using it maybe 12, 15 years, and I've yet to see any of it come loose. Because most of your caulking nowadays, if you'll read on it, it doesn't just say caulking or waterproofing or anything like that. A lot of it says it has I can't talk right, an adhesive. So you really gluing them pieces on there as well as you got some color to it. We are calling it a day. That's what we got done this morning, this afternoon. We're gonna go cool ourselves off and Be out here bright and early in the morning. Well, y'all have a good afternoon. We finally got cooled off yesterday. It was pretty warm. That's what we wondered, if we could have got these two windows done yesterday, but we knew by the time we got through it'd be everything we could do to put our tools back in the truck. And by the time we got home, we really knew it. We sat down in that chair and got in that air conditioner. Man, we was whipped. Mighty nice view. I knocked one of their figurines over. I'm sorry about that. All right, we finished up. Got those two windows, and you see a little of what the other windows look like. So you can see the grids, and they had like sunscreen film over old windows, and it had bubbles in it. But they was trying to do the best of what they had. These sunrooms are nice, but just what they say, they're sunrooms. They're gonna have a lot of sun coming in them. And this is our finishing up. We hadn't walked inside, and Nicole told me I really got to look inside. Hey, when we're putting in windows in your house, sure it'd be nice if you clear us out a pathway like this to work. Man, them things look good. See, they couldn't hardly see out of them. That don't even look like glass there now. This glass is, I guess they juiced up. It's got a little bit more argon gas in it. And it has a film on the inside of the glass, like a tint that can't be scratched, because they was getting so much sun. And Nicole said she thought it felt cooler in here this morning than it did yesterday. Man, that looks good. That is super good. I'm going up there. You can't really tell where the caulk line is. And you see, when you tear out a window, most of the time we don't touch the inside casing. We tear your old window out, goes that way, and then put our window and butt it up against the casing or set it in the casing, and then we'll fill in on the outside with metal or vinyl. Man, it really looks good. All right. Man, it looks good. I'd like to have about 20 of these windows a week. Suit me just fine. Wasn't no rotten wood, no mildew, nothing that. All it was, take the windows out and put a new one in. Little flower garden. Well, y'all, thanks for watching. It ain't all Mopars and show cars and car shows. We have to make a living. Right there. Get one more better view of this thing. Step back. We don't like to do them, but we're probably gonna come back and put that one, replace that window. I know the one over the top of that window probably, or top of that roof there, will get replaced. But y'all, thanks for watching. Go through our other videos. We got some playlists of cars, and we got quite a few of our work that we got documented. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for watching.